Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're here today with a Sims 3 renovation, I guess you could say. We are in the university world and I can't remember what dorm building we're in, but it's usually the one I always play in whenever I play the Sims 3 University. But if you remember a couple months back, I did have some current household updates for my Sims 3 family, so it's the Banish family. I post them quite regularly on my Tumblr, so if you want to catch up with the full Banish story and you don't want to watch the current household, you can definitely go check me out there because that's where I have a whole bunch of screenshots. But I am finally on Gen 2. I've been playing this family since January, and this is the longest I have played a Sims family in a while. This is the sort of furthest I've got, and I'm really quite attached to this family. But we started out with Casper, who had an alien daughter Andromeda. Then he married Alice and they had 5 other children together. There was Flynn, Ezra, Ren, Kit and Cyrus. Cyrus he actually had from Beyond the Grave, and Cyrus is only a toddler just now. But Kit, who is our Gen 2 heir, he has just turned into a young adult. Now Kit turned his imaginary friend Leaf into a human, so Leaf is now also a young adult, and Kit and Leaf have gone to university together. So we are just decorating bedrooms for both Kit and Leaf. So this one here with the sort of purple and black flowers, I guess, like clover pattern. It's not really clover, but this room is Leaf's room. And then the one on the other side, which is like a green, white and orange theme we go for, with like a sort of geometric pattern, that is Kit's. Now, originally I turned Leaf real because I wanted to include her as the Gen 2 heir. I really wanted the, fun genes that imaginary friends have to be integrated into our family. And when I turned her real and the whole living situation, I kind of got bad vibes from it. It just all felt a bit incesty, and that's not what I wanted at all. So although Leaf isn't related to any of the Banished children, and I did give her a separate surname, so her surname is actually Leaf Doll, even though on my Tumblr, if you searched up like my Leaf tag, she's under Leaf Banish, just because it makes it easier to sort of keep track of everyone. But anyway, I kind of felt the whole relationship was just a bit too close to home, and I didn't really like that. So I decided to scrap that idea. But Kit and Leaf have a lot of romantic interactions autonomously. So, there's that. They are romantic interests in the game, though it's not something I'm actively pursuing. And they have had their first woohoo together. So, there's that. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if after they graduated university, they had a baby together, just so I could see what it would look like. But I'm hoping that they each find different people to be with, maybe. There's a couple options for Kit so far. We have met someone called, I think, is it Mika Moore? Her name is. She's one of the... She's either a rebel or a jock, I can't remember. But she's really pretty, and I would quite like Kit to maybe get involved with her because they do have an attraction. Leaf and Kit are not attracted to each other, but, autonomous romance stops for nobody. So Leaf's having a bit of a hard time in uni. She's not really making any friends or anything yet, which is a bit of a shame. So I am hoping that, she maybe finds herself a bit more while she's here. In terms of what I want to do with Kit and Leaf as the generation progresses, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to keep Leaf in the family for now. I mean, obviously we're at university together and things. But I'm thinking maybe we could maybe make like a sort of duplex house for them and have them all in the same lot, but technically, not in the same house. Just so if they do decide they want to, marry and see other people, then that's absolutely fine. But I'd also... especially if they have a child, I would obviously want the child to stay playable, just in case I decide that's an avenue I want to go down for Generation 3. In terms of Generation 3, technically we already have children in that generation, because there is quite a big age gap between Casper's first child and then Kit. So Andromeda is coming close to becoming an elder, and she had her first child as a teenager, and then her second child not long after that. So Soren and Astrid are technically Gen 3 children? Yeah, because Andromeda would be Gen 2. Yeah, so she's technically already had Generation 3, but since I've not really played with them, like I moved Andy out when she had just turned into a young adult and Soren was a toddler. So I've not played with them since then. So they don't really feel like Gen 3 to me, even though the family's already there. And we also have Ezra, who story progression has given him an unplanned pregnancy with his on and off again girlfriend. So that's going to be really interesting. I mean, out of all the banished children, Ezra was probably like the least familial of all of them. So I'm quite surprised it's him that's the first to have a baby. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. But I won't have any updates on that until we go back into like the main hood. So the family is still living in Moonlight Falls, though I think next generation I want to move them somewhere else. Moonlight Falls is a really pretty world and I have enjoyed it, but I don't know, unless an heir wants to have a sort of supernatural feel, I don't think I'll keep them there. So I'm undecided. In terms of Kit's lifetime want and everything, he has, I can't remember what it's called, but it's one that came with Into the Future. And he wants to reach level 10 in the bot building skill and give a Plumbot sentience. So we're probably going to be going into the future with Kit, just so he can, you know, go to like the bot emporiums and search for nanites and things. So I'm looking forward to playing with that with him. The whole reason I sort of created the Banish family is after the Sims 4 paranormal stuff released, I was a bit upset with their paranormal career. And my feelings towards that pack are entirely my own fault. It was promised as a stuff pack and, you know, it released with a lot more than a stuff pack typically should come with. So anything more than stuff should be a bonus, but I had kind of hyped this pack up a lot more in my mind, so when things didn't really fit the way that I wanted them to, I got a bit disappointed. So I just ended up turning off The Sims 4 and I went into The Sims 3, and this is where, you know, the Banish family sort of came into it. And I created Casper just so I could play with the ghost hunting career, and then it just kind of spiraled into like this whole other thing, you know, and I've got really attached to my Sims and their story, and I had a lot of fun with them. I had a lot more fun with this family than I anticipated having. And as I said, this is the longest that I've played with a single family in a very long time. So I'm excited to see where we go for Gen 2. We did reach a point where I was trying to sort of clean up Generation 1, where I was a bit eek about playing with them. I mean, Casper had passed away. Spoilers if you haven't followed me on Tumblr or anything and seen those posts, because in my last current household update, Casper was still alive. But the reason I haven't recorded any other updates is because I didn't really feel like we had much to update on. But yeah, Casper has passed away, and we were just kind of getting Kit to young adulthood, and I just kind of felt like we were just chugging along, and I was getting a bit bored because things were very repetitive. But now that Kit is a young adult and we have new things to focus on, I'm getting really, you know, back into this family. And I am quite excited that he has the want to go to university, because I haven't played university in The Sims 3 in a long time. I think the last time I played university in The Sims 3 was maybe a couple years ago. Usually when I play The Sims 3, I usually start off doing like legacy style gameplay, and I start off with a young adult, and they can usually never afford to go to university because, you know, we're living on a massive lot and, you know, this, that and the next thing, or I have other plans for them. So I am very excited that Kit will want to go to university, because it does give me an excuse to play this pack again. And I know a lot of people tend to dislike The Sims 3 University for some reason, but I really don't. I think The Sims 3 University is a really fun pack. I really enjoy the sort of university gameplay. In terms of their degrees, I just realised I haven't mentioned that Kit is studying for a technology degree and Leaf is in the fine arts. So Leaf's lifetime wish, which I'm going to try and, work towards it, but I'm not going to be super upset if we haven't completed it. Her one is the street art one. Again, can't remember what it's called, but it is to max the street art skill and create 7 like masterpiece murals. So that is her lifetime wish. So I figured art would suit her, and then since Kit's going into bot building, I thought technology would fit in with that. So one thing I do find funny is in Kit's room, which is what we're doing just now, our technology student has like the oldest TV known to man. I do have to download some new TVs for my game because a lot of them are tied to the base. I don't have many sort of TVs that don't have a TV stand. Like, this is one of my only options, other than like a big flat screen, which I don't really feel like he would have. Also, we didn't have the money for it. In terms of like a dorm room, I don't really feel like these look like dorm rooms, and it's also very unrealistic that you would be able to like decorate and customize a dorm room this much. Also, that you would have a dorm room this size. But, that's besides the point. I mean, this is The Sims, so, realism just goes out the window straight away. But, yeah, this is what we're working with. So this is going to be Kit and Leaf's new home for the foreseeable. I did spend all our family funds on this, so when we move out, I will be selling everything in this room. Everything that has gone into it will be coming out with us. But yeah, that's kind of where we are with the Banish family. I'm getting back into the gameplay. I'm enjoying it. I still need to play more. I've been doing a lot of other things recently, so I haven't been playing as much. But this is definitely like my favourite sort of unwind family to play. And it's nice playing The Sims just, for myself. Yeah, that's about all I have to update you on. Once we are back in like the main neighbourhood and I do have, more sort of storyline in Gen 2, I'll do another current household update if you're interested, because honestly I could talk about my Sims forever. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, and alternatively tell me no, you hate it. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to wrap up now, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!